Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to HTML tables, where we will learn about the row span attribute. Okay. In prior session, we have discussed about the column span, or you can say col span, which we used in order to merge the columns. Now, suppose we want to merge rows as well. So in that case, we will utilize the row span. So in this example, I'll explain you each and everything related to row span in a simpler terms. Okay. So what we will do now, I'll create the program from scratch and will explain you each and everything related to the lines, and we will see the output as well. But before we start, I would recommend you to go and check out the previous sessions first, because these all sessions are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow the sequence, if you follow these sessions in a sequential manner, then it would be really very easy for you to understand the ongoing topics. Because for now we are just focusing on the row span, and all basic things like table, t hat, td, these things are already covered in our previous sessions. Okay, so fine, I think now we are good to start with the program. And here you can see so far, like, we have just noted down one basic HTML syntax of the program with one heading. Okay, so yeah, I think now we can see the output of this program. So you can see as of now it is just showing the HTML by texture myth, because we have added only one heading to it. Now what we will do, we will create a basic table. Okay, then we will understand the requirement, and after that we will use the row span in order to merge two rows. So let's create the table. So to create the table, you just need to write one table tag here, then hit enter. Then we will add t head for the table head. So I'll just simply write here table head, t head. Then we will add th for table header. Okay, so let's add first table header. For example, I want to create a table with a employee details. Okay, so I will write here employee ID. Okay, likewise we will copy this table header and paste it for table employee name. So here I'll make employee name, and similarly we will go with the employee department. Okay, so these are the three headings which I want to show in a first row uh, as a column. So I'll just save it and quickly refresh my browser. So once I refreshed my browser, you can see it is showing me this these headers in a specific row, which is first row. Fine. Now what we will do, we will add another data for the example purpose. Okay, so for that reason what I will do, I will copy this. Okay, I think it's better to go with the t body, so let's move to the t body. So I'll simply write here to t body. Fine. Now we will write here tr for the table row, and in this table row we will write td for the record. So td employee id 001. Let's copy the td. Now we will specify the employee name. So employee name, let's say Sharmit. Then we will paste it again, and this time we will pass the department as for example, uh, we can give it HTML department. Okay, or maybe web department. Okay, we just want to go with a web department. So let's save it and refresh your browser. So once you refreshed it, you can see now it is coming like this, where employee ID, employee name, and employee department. As of now there is no border to this table, so it's completely fine. Don't get confused, because we have not applied it yet. So once we apply the border to this table, it will automatically show you the required border. But for now we are just adding the data. Okay, fine. So it's time to add another row. So let's copy this tr itself so that we can save our time by editing it. So let's paste it here, save it, and this time I will make it as 2, the name, and department. I just want to go with the same department, so refresh. You can see now it is providing this data. And let's add one more record. So here I would like to recommend you, like, if you are practicing table related thing, then at least keep 2-3 rows in your table, so that you can perform the requirement like you can perform all the required things and it will give you the proper output. Okay, so you can see for the third employee we have noted down the information. So let me do the modification for the third row, and here we will just go with another name, let's say Krishna. So name is this, department is same, and ID is 3. Let's save and refresh. Okay, fine. So now we have prepared the table with the required data. So far we have not applied Rowspan, but I'll explain you firstly the requirement and then we will utilize the Rowspan. Okay, okay. So yeah, I think now we are good to start the border. So we can add the border to this table. So let's click on this table part, and here we will add border 5px. Okay, just save it and refresh it. So you can see now it is coming like this. All right, now understand the requirement. The requirement is that here we can observe, like we have three things, which is column. uh, in the third column we have a common department, which is web. So instead of writing web again and again for each row, I want to show it for all the rows, one common web for all the rows. So to achieve this, what we will do, we will utilize the row span. Okay, so row span, with the help of row span you can span your row, or in simpler one words you can say we can merge the row. Okay, so yeah, I think now we understand the requirements. So it's time to merge the row. So as we have decided that we will keep only one web, means one department, and others two is not needed as we are doing merge. Okay, so that's why what we will do, we will simply remove the extra two web. So let's remove this from here and remove it from here. Why? Because we don't need it now. I added that just because to show you, but now we know that we need only one web, so I just remove the other two. Now we will merge it to rows. So for that we will use Rowspan. So let's go to this web part. Here we will write Rowspan and 3. Save it and refresh. So after a save, you can see now web is coming for all three rows. Okay, single web department. Likewise, for example, if we have two rows with the same department, so we will make it like this. Okay, so now it is showing only for two rows, and third one is empty because third one is different. So maybe we can add again the dd. Like you know why I'm customizing these things, because because I want to show you the clarity with this concept. Like I want to show each and every prospect like how we can use this. Okay, so first two rows we have added a web, and for the third one we have added okay, I think we have copied the name, so let's make it as department. For example, the Angular department, or maybe we can go with IBMI department. Okay, save it and refresh it. So you can see it is coming like this. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to utilize row span in order to merge more than one row. Now, some of you might be thinking like, what will happen if we merge only one row? Is it possible? So let's do. So you can see by default it is one row, so it will not impact anything. It is coming as it is because we have not specified two. If we have specified two, it will merge two column, two rows. Otherwise, it will span only one row. Okay, fine. So yeah, now the next thing is, what will happen if I try to go with 4 row span 4? So this time you can see the structure is changed. Why? Because we have merged 4 rows. We are trying to merge 4 rows, but we have only total 3 rows after the tag, because we are applying it on this one, right? The first record. So after that we have only 3 record rows. That's why it is not possible to merge 4 rows if you have 3 only. Okay, so make sure that you provide the right number. And even I always recommend, like whenever you are using row span, call span, or even table, firstly design your data. Once you are okay with the data, and then understand the requirement, and as per requirement add required row span and call span. Once again, I wanted to tell you that this is very important topic, and it always comes in the interview rounds as well. Like there might be some interview questions which is related to row span and call span itself. Okay, So I hope in today's session we are good with this row span. In previous session we have already discussed the call span. I will explain you one more example where we will utilize both together, row span as well as call span. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.